So in this particular video we are starting with Lower Paleolithic. In the last lecture we had started basic introduction to the paper 2, topic 1.1, emergence of Indian culture and civilization. In that now we are starting Lower Paleolithic period. Earlier we have talked about the various types of tools which were used by the man in past time. The Lower Paleolithic, basically it start from the age that is 2 lakh years to 40,000 years. So this is the broad spectrum in which we classify Paleolithic, Lower Paleolithic culture. So it is popularly known as Sohan culture. Or we also call it as Soan culture. It emerged in two distinct regions in India. First, Western India, and the second is Eastern India. In Eastern India, it is relatively primitive. And in Western India, it is relatively sophisticated. The Lower Paleolithic is known for its conspicuous absence in Indo-Gangetic Plain and Allahabad. It is absent in banks of Ganga. So Lower Paleolithic is known for its absence in the Indo-Gangetic Plain as well as in Allahabad. It is absent in the banks of river Ganges. The Western Indian region mainly flourished on the bank of river Son, and it acquired the name Son culture. So the name Son comes from the Western Indian region mainly flourished on the bank of Son. The tool types are chopper and chopping tools. So here, as we have talked about, that the choppers and chopping tools, which are the types used in Lower Paleolithic, choppers are unifacial and chopping tools are bifacial, as we have talked in the earlier lecture. Lower Paleolithic is also found in South India and it is called as Madras industry. So in South India, when the Lower Paleolithic is found, we call it as Madras industry. The tool type here is predominantly hand axe. So the tool type which is predominantly present here is hand axe. Now we will move to the next topic, which is Middle Paleolithic. Middle Paleolithic. After completing Lower Paleolithic, these will be some of the broad points which are important as far as the short notes of Lower Paleolithic is concerned. But there is no chances of asking individual question on Lower Paleolithic as such. So we'll study each one of them so that when a broad spectrum of question is asked, we have the time frame, then we have the alternate name, the area of the spread where not present in Ganga Valley and Allahabad, etc. And the tools which were used were choppers and chopping tool, and in South it is called as Madras industry. The Middle Paleolithic era can be broadly classified into 4,000 years to 17,000 years. The Middle Paleolithic era is found in the state of Maharashtra, Karnataka, and parts of eastern India such as Orissa Andhra, and also some sites are present in central India. It is known for the change of raw material from quartzite. So it is known for the change of raw material, that is from quartzite it became shirt, jasper, etc. It is the only it is only in western India, and there is no change in raw material in eastern India. So in the western India there is change in raw material, but as in eastern India there is no change in raw material. So from here quartzite it becomes shirt, jasper, and chalcedony, etc. Tool types were fine variety of hand axe, flake, and scraper of both the type. So here the tools, earlier in lower Paleolithic it was chopper and chopping tool, but in middle Paleolithic they are changed to various hand axes, flake tools, and scrapers, and that too type of both the side and both the end. In central India the raw material doesn't change, and Bhimbetka is the shining example. In eastern India the middle Paleolithic is found along with flake tradition with lower Paleolithic. So in eastern India the middle Paleolithic is found along with the flake tradition with lower Paleolithic. Now the last topic here in this range is upper Paleolithic. The time frame is between 17,000 years to 10,000 before present. With the upper Paleolithic, the Pleistocene phase got over, and it is found only in few sites. The shining example here is Bhimbetka, Belen Valley, and Renugunta. Question can individually come on a topic such as Belen Valley, such as Soan Valley, etc., or Soan culture. So we have to know that the Belen Valley is associated with Upper Paleolithic. When we will deal in first paper, there's a topic archaeological anthropology. When we'll start with that, we will study in detail the archaeological anthropology, and Belen Valley culture, Soan Valley culture, etc. will come under that. So it is also found along with the middle Paleolithic site. So upper Paleolithic sites are also found with the sites of middle Paleolithics. The upper Paleolithic tool are mainly blade. So here the tools has started getting sophisticated, from chopping tools to the tools like hand axes, flakes, and scrapers, and here the tools are blade, burins, and bone tools. In some places, the middle phase skip and the upper Paleolithic is directly leads to Mesolithic. And now we'll start with the new topic here. The new topic is Mesolithic. Mesolithic culture. The tentative time frame here is 10,000 year to 2,000 years before present, but some says less than 10,000, that is some says from 9,000 to 2,000 is the frame by some scholars. The most important sites of Mesolithic. We'll talk about few of the most important sites of Mesolithic. First is Bagor. Floor of the house were unique. They brought river concrete to construct the floor of the living area. The second is here will in Bagor floor. Sarai Nahar Rai. The living site is made by spreading the burnt clay. Huts were rectangular type, and these are post holes for huts. The third is Bhimbetka. In addition to the rock painting, cave dwelling is also found in the entrance of cave. Piles of stones are found. Sometimes piles are more than 2 feet. Archaeologists believe that these stories were acting as the wind screen, maybe to protect the wildfire and heavy wind. We find rock paintings belong to Mesolithic in addition to Bhimbetka. They are found in Mirzapur and Adamgarh. Adamgarh in MP and Mirzapur, which is very famous right now. The economic occupation. Now we'll talk about the economic occupation. The economic occupation revolved around hunting, fishing, trapping, and honey collection. The cooperative venture is something which began in the particular Mesolithic phase. Now we'll start with the very important topic here, which is Neolithic. So the sites here is Burzaum, 2300 BC, northwest region, 5600 BC, Pakistan and Balochistan, Koldeva in 5300 BC by R.S. Sharma. Here rice and salt was found. In Burzon, these were hunting sites. To addition, agricultural sites, and in northwest region there is permanent habitation sites with cultivation of barley and not rice, and collection from wild sources and not ceramic. So these were something which were here. So in Burzon there were hunting sites in addition to veg agricultural site, and in northwest region we will see that there is permanent habitation site with cultivation of barley and not rice, and collection from wild sources and no ceramic. After Neolithic we will move to the urban Chalcolithic phase. The time frame is 2700 to 1600 BC. It is also known as Harappan civilization. So it is also known as Harappan civilization. It is also known as the first urban revolution. It was the Metal Age, gold, bronze, copper, but no iron. No iron. No iron. Excellent town planning, use of burnt bricks for making houses. Harappan civilization had great importance in Indian prehistory. It connect Indian civilization with the other world civilization, especially in the Middle East, and suddenly disappeared from continuity of post Harappan remains in the matter of debate. The next here is Chalcolithic. Chalcolithic, the time frame is 2000 BC to 1100 BC. It is known for village structure. It is known for village structure. It continued parallel to urban Chalcolithic culture. So it wasn't in isolation, it was continued parallel to the urban Chalcolithic culture. In addition to the agriculture, other economic pursuit continued. They appeared some kind of transition and an executive or extensive use of bamboo nets. So here the use of bamboo net. That too extensive use of bamboo net for fishing. They are called wattle and doab. That is variety of bamboo nets. Now we will talk about the Neo-Chalcolithic. Urban Chalcolithic, Chalcolithic, first Chalcolithic, which comes into urban Chalcolithic, Chalcolithic, and now Neo-Chalcolithic. The Neo-Chalcolithic, the time frame is around 2600 BC to 1100 BC. In this time frame, people used to create huge burials. So Neo-Chalcolithic would start with the huge burials, large number of ash mount. They had type of typical pottery, dark black to grey. They were not properly fired. Cultivation of crops like ragi, different variety of millets was used for the cultivation, and the habitation reflected greater isolation among the sites, huts on the rocky floor. So there was a crops cultivation like ragi and different varieties of millets, and there was a sense of greater isolation here. Now comes the Iron Age. Iron Age, or we call it as Second Urban Revolution. The first being the Indus Valley Civilization or Harappan Civilization. The time frame here is 1100 BC to 900 BC. The two distinctive features came from UP. In northern India, they come up before the Vedic period and they are called as pre-Vedic, and in south they are called as megalithic culture. So Iron Age, they are called as pre-Vedic in northern India, and in southern India they are called as megalithic culture. Megalithic culture or megalithic culture and microlithic culture are some of the potential topics in the examination. These people continued after Harappans died, and in the beginning around 1100 BC they were nomadic. These nomadic people were well fond of collecting copper objects. They used to hoard them and make implements out of them. This culture is called as copper hoard culture. This also known for the use of iron. So this is also known as copper hoard culture, because these people would collect copper and then use it to make some of the implements, and this is also called as second urban revolution. During the period of 1100 to 600 BC, a distinct culture existed, and it is known for the pottery. So from 1100 BC to 1600 BC, there was a distinctive culture which was associated with pottery. The pottery is called as painted grey ware or PG ware culture. So here, painted grey ware. So the pottery which was used here is painted grey ware. These potteries had a typical glow and are only possible in high temperature. The archaeologists are of opinion that they were heated beyond 500 degrees Celsius, and at this temperature there is a complete transformation of pottery, and this is known as painted grey ware pottery, on which different kind of paintings are done. We in this particular video have discussed about the certain topics. It was for the basic introduction. Now moving forward, we will be dealing on each one of the topic like lower Paleolithic, middle Paleolithic, upper Paleolithic, and so on. We will have separate lectures on each one of them, and we will try to complete the unit in the upcoming videos. So stay tuned. Thank you. We'll revise whatever the things that we have talked in this particular video. So first, moving forward, we started with the introduction. We'll start with the prehistory and protohistory. We wrote down the two important names. First was William Robertson. Then we start with Lubbock and his separation of prehistory into Paleolithic and Neolithic. And we also studied about the focus of the study, that is sequence, origin and spread, lifestyle, and socio-cultural evolution. So whenever we will be writing any answer in this particular section, so we will maintain this particular flow of focus, origin and lifestyle, and socio-cultural evolution. Then we talked about the occupational floor, livelihood, tool making, way of life, that is hunting, pastoral or agriculture, rock painting, cave painting, etc. Then we talk about the urbanization. Moving forward, we discuss the tool type, where we talked about the core tools and flake tools. We also associated tools with the particular ages like hand axe and cleavers with lower Paleolithic, scrapers, borer points with middle or upper Paleolithic, microliths with Mesolithic, and celt with Neolithic. Then we draw some diagrams for chopping tools, hand axe, cleavers, scrapers, etc. Then we started with the lower Paleolithic age, what it is called as, the tools which are used, and the area where it is there. Then we started the middle Paleolithic, upper Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, and Chalcolithic, and Iron Age. So now we are concluding our lecture today, and in the next video we will start with the lower Paleolithic and we will finish the whole topic. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching.